when people think mechanics, they overlook a lot of positioning. But in my brain, positioning is like incredibly important in the equation of getting kills, because getting kills is like positioning plus mechanics, right? Put yourself in spots where you can leverage your mechanics. You put yourself in spots where you're not required to hit crazy flicks, right? You're not going to put yourself in a position where you need to look in 4 different places. No, you're going to put yourself in a spot where you have an advantage on them. This could be like around a smoke. This could be what you play around, like playing around Gen. It's easy to like go left and right, as opposed to going hell, revealing where you are with the drone so they know exactly where to peek. You've solved a piece of the puzzle for them when you do this. And I think that's probably why. Positioning makes this game so much easier. All right, what I like to do at the beginning of every game, I load in, I immediately look at my comp and the other team's comp, look at the strengths and weaknesses. So let's see. Strengths of your comp, pretty standard comp. You have a jet, so you should get the op online immediately. You have killjoy, so you could pick up all the gaps. You don't have to like spread yourself too thin because you have 2 gadgets instead of 1, like a lot of sentinels. Other team, mirror comp minus the KJ. So what this means is flanking is a lot easier because there's, like I said, killjoy has 2 gadgets to watch flank and chamber has 1. When you switch sides though, when I look at this comp, I'm thinking that there's little to no stall. Your team has a bit more stall in the killjoy nanos, but if you're on attack, I'm running this guy down. Okay. We're playing Sova. All right, I like to see the Brock buy here. The Sheriff is very strong on pistol. I call it the Brock buy because NRG really popularized it last year by having Brock play with the Sheriff.
How do I do that, bro? Come on.
For me, whenever I like to play, like to fill Sova in my rank games, I like to start around here and just play with the Sheriff and kind of go for longer fights and longer duels. I'm trying to see what play you have in mind here, because you clearly have something. Oh, you have a lineup from here. Okay, we're gonna have to give you the hoverboard YouTube account because there's no way you can't only dart A main from top gen. Also, for me, I'm a little greedy. You guys know I like to play greedy. I'm very greedy with my util in terms of when I'm playing ranked. I want to assess the first 4 or 5 rounds to see how the other team is playing before I chuck my util. It depends on the map, but on pistol with Sheriff, I'm playing fast rotate and I'm just gonna dart on my flood. That's not the biggest deal though. This is not like a red card whatsoever. So you get the information A main, you miss your jumps, so you're inefficient here. They're already out B. Imagine a world where you're playing kind of like a bit more rotate, or if you were playing B, if you start B on Sova, the reason why a lot of people start B from as Sova is because you can do cross map darts really easily as opposed to the other way around. It's a little bit more annoying to do a cross map dart from safety from A to B than it is B to A. Like, all right, boom, they're coming B. You can dart B main for this guy to peek off rip. You can get ready to dart the execute above them. Or if they go A off rip, you could do this dart. I'm gonna expose myself for not knowing this dart. You can do a dart that lands up here. But if you're A, what can you really do to help B? You could do nothing. All you did was a dart that got nothing because the other team decided to rush a site that's not your bomb site. So therefore you have no impact in the first 20 seconds of the round. Nice shots. Oh my God. They followed the dummies guide on how to lose a 5v1. Wow. Ascendant is a completely different place. They could not have given you 5 1v1s if they tried harder. They literally couldn't. That was a perfect textbook. Really nice try. If you're playing here because your jet's like, I want to play B, you can still play in an area of the map where you're still towards B, by the way. You can easily just start market and just do the Sova darts, do shocks, do your drones from here, or like fast rotate from here, or go forward to flank if they're playing slow. Just a thought. I don't have the comms entirely of this, but if the jet's saying, Sova go play, first of all, I'm saying no, lol. But if I want to be like, yes, to pacify this person, and like, I'm fine with not playing hard anchor B, then playing around market is really good. I will say playing around cat is actually very good as well. Something a lot of tier 1 Sova players like to do nowadays. I know a lot of Sovas like to dart here and then spam, maybe they don't go as wide, but just instantly spam this with like either a KO flash or some sort of util to obfuscate it. It kind of looks dumb because you guys can't see that there's another person getting scanned here, but this is really fucking annoying whenever the other team is trying to mid default. I'm sure we've all experienced this at least once by a cringe Odin player. If you are going to start A, start here and do something like that, or start market if you're not going to start B. Those are the 2 spots I'm going to allow you to play.
Yes, I'm picking up using.
I like this for the Sova ults, question mark? Wait, what? Okay, I mean, you're reacting because they aren't going A. I like the idea. See, this is when you should play A, is if you have Sova ults and you have a plan of attack and you want to use it here. This is totally fine. You want to use it A main? That's completely fine by me. This should be one of the only times you start A though. Okay, I like the rotate, jumping on the peak, Sova ult, careful hitting your jet, it's fine. Good damage. I will say, generally speaking, like the further away you are from where you're trying to ult, the better it ends up being, because it's harder to dodge because the angle, just how geometry works. If you were tapped into this earlier, you could ult from like a little bit further. This is bold. Like this is a kind of a hard I don't think you'd be able to tell that they're coming at me from here, but from back here, after you do the jump, generally speaking, you want to do it from a little further back. So it's harder for people to dodge because it moves faster the further away they are from you. The end of the ult is easier to control than the front half. Exactly. So that's why doing this one is a lot easier to dodge. Like, look at how, like, when your ult slows down at the very end here, you cover less ground if you're closer as well, compared to if you're further away. Like, look how much more ground on radar that I'm covering here. So you get the ult, you do some damage, pull out the shocks. I like this. Okay, a little inefficient shock. That's fine. Okay. They cut noise. We have drone here. They have chamber op. Okay, we're doing, this is very inefficient what we're doing here. This is exactly what the attack wants. When you're on the attack and you are calling something to like leave, you love when the defense is just kind of fucking around doing what? Like doing nothing pretty much, because that gives you more time to cancel and pick up a different direction of the round. So what you're doing is exactly what the attack wants you to do. So if you were playing B, you'd be able to do what I said earlier, which is drone from lane and get faster information. Is pretty ineffective. If you want to do something like this, you need to go market. Not gonna lie, brave peek from you against the chamber op when your jet has contact. I'm assuming your jet has contact. It's pretty brave, but you did get the one tap up. So far, the note you were looking for at the beginning was mechanics, but I'm seeing more macro issues and util issues and positioning issues than I am seeing mechanics. I know we're only 5 rounds in, but so far mechanics have been nice. Okay. Oh, dart going on. I like the dart to clear info here. That's perfect. Sova dart here. I love using my shocks. I would have already chucked a shock by now. Nice. Okay, you and the jet kind of carried the round. I'm getting ready for an instant sight execute. All right, let's see. 3 main. You're not really playing with your teammates. You're not playing in a suboptimal position. I would love to see you play cat here. If I scan 3 here and I was cat, I'd be droning looking for the one guy in mid and seeing if I can catch him when he's in the open, trying to rotate. Or trying to do solo map control. Or even just to get a glimpse on, yo, is the one guy mid overextending his lurk off rip? Is he taking the first tempo timing? Or is he taking second tempo? Or is he not taking it at all? I'd immediately be using my drone to get info on that. Do you taking your shocks out now? Honestly, your teammate is literally fighting a war by themselves. You and Clover are kind of watching them play James Bond or something. I think there's some things where it's like, you have to know when to unidentify with your agent. Like, yeah, Sova, you have really good util for playing back. You have really good util for like doing cross-map impact. But if this was me, there is no way in hell I'm letting this guy fight, because one, I also want the kills. Don't get me wrong, it's not completely altruistic. I also want the kills off of his util. But two, your teammate's fighting, bro. Get close, you know, throw a shock here. I mean, that wasn't the best shock, but you could do something in a main here to help him and then just double swing. We're just kind of watching him play the game, but I want you playing the game because you have good mechanics. I want you doing what the Phoenix is doing. So sometimes you don't have to think too hard about, oh, my agent needs to do this and this and this, but this game, at the end of the day, comes down to team play and mechanics and how you take fights. And if your Phoenix is taking fights here, make it a bit more even and just fight with him. But I think you and Clover watching this in 70mm IMAX, I think the Clove, does Phoenix end up getting a kill here? Phoenix, does Phoenix pop ult? I'm surprised your Phoenix doesn't pop ult. Phoenix kills Phoenix ult, kills the Phoenix. You need to use shocks here, 100%. Oh my god, imagine that shock with the decay. Oh my, yo, someone was gonna get blown up. Well, here's the thing though, like the mechanics are great. I don't think mechanics are the issue here. So far, a lot of the stuff I'm seeing is super fixable and you're still playing well in terms of killing people. But if you position yourself better, you'd have 20 right now, genuinely. You'd be hard carrying this game. Genuinely not a bad half. There's a world this is a 10-2 and you have 20 kills. Like easy fixes, aim task. Very easy fixes. I'm very hopeful for you. We just had to get you some lineups and you just need to play Sova like a standard Sova and you'd be frying right now. Enjoying the video so far? If you like improving at Valorant, then come join us over at ProMinds. ProMinds is a Discord community that I started to help anyone and everyone get better at the game. We host 10 mins every day in EU, NA, and APAC, and we do free weekly VOD reviews. Best of all, it's completely free to join. If you want to take things a step further, we provide Valorant classes taught by pro players themselves via our Omega membership. More information in the description down below. And now, back to the video. Okay, exec dart into drone. Obviously, Aimtest is not here to tell me his thought process. I really wouldn't overthink this dart, and you should just be doing this one because it's fast landing. That's the only difference. Like, it lands faster than this one. This one is fine if it's honestly, considering the context of you wanting to go up drone, it's very disruptive. Obviously, I don't land it because I don't have a lineup. In reality, like if you're playing against Cloves and Phoenixes, it's way more likely they're going to be playing close and trying to resolve the round here than sitting on site. So when you're playing against these brawly comps, you should just do this. You should do fast landing darts that immediately scan them. Imagine your Clove, you one-wayed. Oh, they flash. They're making a lot of noise. Your natural movement is you're going to back up. You're going to go like reset your aim, or you're going to reset your fight, or you're going to back up entirely and fall back to site. Either you're going to wide swing, which is going to be horrible for you because you just got flashed. They're going to back up, and even if they back up to here, the dart is going to scan them, and you're going to have full info on this Clove. This Clove will not be able to make this play. Your dart would have already landed. I'm not even kidding. Your dart would have already landed. You would have already had the situation. This jet's getting lit up. But because your dart's taking so fast to land versus a brawly comp, it's kind of useless. Like, you're assuming that they are going to be playing passive on site, and that's just not what the other team is going to do. Okay, so Clove gets 2 for free. Okay, you're holding the smoke. 3v4 situation is still very winnable. You have drone.
Hold me.
You drone from pretty far back from the wall, so you're not actually able to peek off of your own tags. You're trying to make it harder to break by pathing it high up. That's not terrible. Nice shots. Your mech is not the issue, bro. I'm convinced your mech is not the problem. Great shots. Good movement. Okay, I like that you got off and reset for the shock. I like that you're fighting with your teammates here.
Hold him.
Whoa, I don't like that part though.
Hold on.
This was perfect. Genuinely perfect. I'm not gonna harp too much because you had the right idea here, but fighting here because you know your killjoy is going to jump up off your contact. Like, continuing to fight here guarantee the round. You don't have to go for the plant. Nice though. Great. Considering 3v4, like I said, the way you take duels is great. I would have made him think mechs were the problem, maybe putting himself in awkward positions. Yes. I think when people think mechanics, they overlook a lot of positioning. But in my brain, positioning is like incredibly important in the equation of getting kills, because getting kills is like positioning plus mechanics, right? Positioning, you put yourself in spots where you can leverage your mechanics. You put yourself in spots where you don't need to have insane aim and the kills come easily. Those are the two things. You put yourself in spots where you're not required to hit crazy flicks, right? So like, you're not going to put yourself in a position where you need to look in 4 different places. No, you're going to put yourself in a spot where you have an advantage on them. This could be like around a smoke. What you play around, like playing around gen, it's easy to like go left and right, as opposed to going hell, revealing where you are with the drone so they know exactly where to peek. You've solved a piece of the puzzle for them when you do this. And I think that's probably why he thought it was mech. Positioning makes this game so much easier. Guys, I'm scared. It's a 10-14 and we have a lot of the VOD left to go.
Fuck, can enemy Clove not afford? Why are we forcing, bro? Should be running Jenny. Yeah, I heard him. He's up close. Hop could be under.
A lot of your util does not get a lot of value. You're doing like negative value util. Like the util you're using is like reactive, if that makes any sense. Like you have to, this is neutral space at the beginning of every round. The moment the freeze barriers go down, this is neutral space that you and the defense can fight for, but they take it. So now you're using your drone to clear neutral space that both of you had. So it's negative value versus if you had used your drone off rip, like let's say you darted and they broke the dart and then you use your drone, then you'd be getting like positive value because this is contested map control that the defense already gets naturally. So far, util has not been crazy. The defense has forced you to use this. This is your line of skirmish. They made you use util to get through this line. They technically, right now, what they're doing, they don't even have to be doing this. They can just sit on sites because you guys have nothing really to hit the site anymore. It's very difficult, but they're kind of just alphaing you. Okay, big round here. Okay, boom. So we have Phoenix ult. We have Sova ult. We're gonna have a buy. They have op money. They have Sova ult. So we need to watch out of the really easy Sova ults, like the A main one. Try not to get owned by that. We have our own Sova ult. Listen, you guys know how I feel. Rip this dart and do the B ult and have your teammates rush. There isn't really a good B ult you can do if you're Sova. At least at these ranks, you're not going to see people do really good like B main ults from Cat and stuff like that you would see in like tier 1. So let's see what you guys end up doing here. Oh, I really want you to use your util to help yourself, so you can actually ult and to help your teammates. You're just still not— wait! Red card! I see that you're looking for an opportunity to ult, and then you see where the chamber TPs! Oh! You have good instincts in task. You should just lean into them more. Like, I could tell you wanted to, and you just hesitated. And now you took too long, and now you're like, fuck, I don't want to do it. And now your Phoenix— you let your Phoenix die! Oh, no! Okay, number 1, do the dart. Number 2, ult the chamber. Number 3, be wary of mid control. You should not let your Phoenix die here. And after that, the round's kind of over. You need to find ways to have more impact in these rounds. Insert yourself into these rounds more. Really? Like, not trying to say this to be nice. Very simple fixes. I'm gonna put some homework here for aim task when they watch this VOD back. Homework for you is watch 2 Brock VODs. 1 for attack, 1 for defense. Look at the position he starts. Look at the position he starts on both sides and don't overthink it. You don't need to be quirky. There's a reason why on one of the oldest maps in the game, on Ascent, people play Sova here. This should just come from like evolution of the game, like natural selection. The people have played Sova on A site before. It's ass. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can just steal what pros do. At least for defense, you'll improve a lot. Attack is going to be a little bit different because your teammates are not going to play like his Radiant teammates. But for defense, it will help you a shit ton. Your positioning is your biggest issue right now. Your positioning and your util usage is what I want you to pay attention to when you watch these VODs. You don't have to worry about the strats too much. Genuinely, your mechanics are great. I will say one thing to the mechanics though is try not to panic as much and try to be proactive in your duel taking versus reactive. All right, thank you again to Aim Task. I appreciate all of you guys as well for coming here. That is it for me today. Let's go. I'm happy to be back. I'm very excited to be back here with Pro Minds, and I'll see you guys around either in the 10s or on Twitter. Peace.